Here's what I'm seeing happening right now in the online business and digital product space. There is a new tool that just launched. It's powerful. It's practical. It actually works. And somehow most business owners either don't know it exists or what, they have no clue what to do with it. Are you wanting to scale your business with digital products? I'm Becky Beach, and I've grown $1 million digital product empire that earns me passive income while I sleep, eat, and play. Join me each week as we grow our digital product businesses together. This is the Becky Beach Show. Welcome back to Becky Beach. I'm Becky Beach, and today we're talking about Claude's new plugin called Small Business. Okay, so here's what I've been noticing lately. There is a tool called Claude for Small Business. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Becky, I already use Claude for content. I already use Claude for emails. And what's different about this? Well, here's the difference. This isn't Claude for writing. This is Claude for actually running your business. Then let me explain what I mean. When you enable Claude for Small Business, you're giving Claude direct access to your business tools, your accounting software, your CRM, your email, your design tools, your calendar, and then Claude can actually do the work. Do not suggest the work, do not draft the work, actually do it. You know those tasks that take forever and don't actually move the needle? The ones that feel important but mostly just drain your brain? Those are the ones Claude for Small Business was built to handle. For example, let's say you have unpaid invoices sitting around, you know they're there, you know you should follow up, but you're actually doing it in this whole tedious process. Open your accounting software, find the invoice, write the email, send it manually, hope they respond. With Claude for Small Business connected to your accounting software, you can literally say, chase my unpaid invoices. Claude pulls the data, draft personalized follow-up emails, shows them to you for approval, then sends them all in one workflow. Or let's say it's Monday morning, you need a pipeline report. You need to know what deals are stuck, what's moving, what needs attention. You could spend 20 minutes in your CRM building that report, or you could ask Claude for a Small Business to generate it. It reads your CRM, pulls the numbers, creates a summary, and then sends it to you. Done. I'm talking about finance workflows, sales pipeline summaries, invoice creation, expense categorization, payroll prep, lead scoring, email sequences, design drafts. All of it can be automated through Claude for Small Business. And here's what gets most people stuck. They install it, then they're immediately overwhelmed. The plugin ships with 31 different skills across finance, operations, sales, marketing, HR, and customer service. That's 31 workflows, and most entrepreneurs see that list and think, okay, which do I need? How do I set this up? What if I mess up? Then they close the tab and never use it. I spent 20 years in user experience design. I worked with Fortune 500 companies like Verizon, Tenet Healthcare, and American Airlines building systems that actually work. And the thing I've learned is this: great tools don't fail because they're not powerful enough. They fail because they're not clear enough. Claude for Small Business is powerful, but it's not clear, at least not yet. Not until someone shows you how to think about it. Here's how I think about it. You don't need all 31 skills. You need the 3 or 4 skills that handle your biggest time drains right now. For most digital product businesses, that's finance and sales. For service providers, it might be operations and client management. For course creators, it could be student onboarding email follow-ups. The first step isn't to install everything, it's to identify which one workflows, if it was automated, would save you the most time and give you the clearest visibility in your business. Then you set that one up, you get it right, you use it for a month, and then you expand. But here's what happens when you do it right. Claude learns your preferences, it learns your voice, it learns what looks good in your business. Then every time you use it after that, it gets better, it gets faster, it becomes part of your actual operating system. That's the difference between a tool you install and banning a tool that becomes foundational to how you work. Now, let me give you a real example. One of the entrepreneurs I worked with was spending about 2 hours a week on invoice management, creating them, following up on the unpaid ones, updating records. 2 hours a week might not sound a lot to you until you do the math. That's 104 hours a year. That's basically a full month of her time spent on admin work that doesn't generate revenue. And we set up Claude for Small Business connected to her accounting software, configured it to handle her invoicing workflow. The whole setup took about 30 minutes. And now she describes what she needs in plain English. Claude does the work. She reviews it. She approves it, and it's done. And she's saving 8 to 10 hours per month on that one workflow alone. 8 to 10 hours a month she can spend on things that actually matter, like product development, sales strategy, her family, maybe even rest. That's the power of Claude for Small Business when it's set up right. But, and this is important, it's only powerful if you understand what it is, what it can do, and how to structure it so it works for your specific business. I'm hosting a workshop. It's called the AI Unicorn Workshop. And I'm pulling back the curtain on how I set up Claude for a Small Business so it actually works. And also my AI COO, Sage. And we're going to cover the frameworks I use, the exact structure I recommend, which of those 31 skills actually matter for your business, how to avoid the one mistake everyone makes on their first setup, real examples of entrepreneurs who are using this to save hours every week. And here's what I know about you. You're smart, you're strategic, you're already using AI in some way, but you're probably also thinking, is this real? Or am I going to set this up and it's not going to sit there like every other tool I've tried? That's a fair question. And that's exactly why I'm doing this workshop, because I can tell you about Claude for Small Business in a podcast episode, and you might think it sounds interesting, but until you see it work in real time, until you understand the framework I use to set it up, it's just another tool that might or might not work for you. In the workshop called AI Unicorn Workshop I'm hosting, you'll see a framework you can take and implement immediately. You'll get a workbook and a Claude artifact that you can customize and start using right away. It's this Thursday, May 28th at 3 p.m. Central. That's 4 p.m. Eastern or 1 p.m. Pacific. If you show up, then you get the workbook and artifact as a gift. You can register now at coachbeckybeach.com/AI workshop. That's coachbeckybeach.com/AI workshop. There's limited seats. And I'm being real with you. The people who actually show up and take this seriously will have a massive advantage. They'll be running Claude for a small business in their business while their competitors are still trying to figure out what it is. That's how fast things are moving right now. So that's Claude for a small business. That's why it matters. And that's why I'm teaching it in the AI workshop. And that's why I want you there on Thursday, May 28th at 3 p.m. Central. That's 4 p.m. Eastern or 1 p.m. Pacific. You can register at coachbeckybeach.com/AI workshop. You can also visit our show notes at beckybeachshow.com. Well, thanks so much for listening. Have a great day. Goodbye. Thanks so much for listening to the Becky Beach Show. Please check out the show notes at beckybeachshow.com and my membership, businessbeachclub.com, to start and scale your own digital product business. Have a great day. See you next time on the Becky Beach Show.